One eats ghosts, one sees them, one hears them, one thinks they're fake. This club is pure madness. I'm Zan, konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? And welcome to an episode of the Spiraken Manga Review. Hope you're excited for this another fun-filled episode. This one's going to be a little bit late because I've been trying to finish the book for the book club, and it's getting a little bit long. Also, I'm prepping for Otakon. But regardless, hope you're excited. Hope you're ready for another fun-filled episode of this awesome podcast. So let's get to it, because if you remember from that last episode, I spun that one that only the Wheel of Manga, and it dictated to me that I'd be reviewing a manga that is one part Ghostbusters, one part Kurosaki Corpse Delivery Service, and one part pure shonen insanity. And what am I talking about? I am talking about Phantom Busters. And this was created by NeoShoco and is released by Viz and Shonen Jump. And this has been really popular. A lot of people have been grabbing this story and reading it like no tomorrow. And it is the story of a young man named Eugene Korokishi, who he doesn't believe in ghosts because his grandmother said that this town that they live in is full of ghosts and life is going to be wonderful. And then when she dies, they're going to stay together forever because his grandma was his favorite person in the world, and he is an outcast, being half British, half Japanese. And when his grandmother died, she never came back. So he doesn't believe in ghosts at all. He's just like, you know what? It's fake. It's a fairy tale. I don't care. And since then, he has worked his butt off to be the best he could be, the number one student. And he's going to be going to high school and be the class representative, and life's going to be good. The only thing he has is a keepsake that his grandmother gave him, which is a key that goes on his wrist. And one day when he's getting ready to go to that opening ceremony, the orientation, he sees an idiot screaming in this water saying, "Give me that sea! I've got this! You can't catch me!" And he ends up helping this weirdo. And it turns out that this nut job is a new classmate of his who's a little weird. And we're talking about Mogari Shishinkuno. And he is a bumpkin who's come to the school, and he's like, "Yeah, something grabbed me in the water. I don't know what it was, but it's okay. But you know what? Are you familiar with the area? Cool. I want to see everything, all the awesomeness, all the craziness, all the ghosts." And he's like, "There are no ghosts here. Let's just get to class." And Eugene's ready to get rid of this weirdo. He ends up showing up to the orientation completely wet. He still knocks it out of the park with his speech, but people give him a weird look. He's like, "I don't have to deal with that weirdo Mogari anymore," except you can guess. Mogari is his classmate next door. Pretty rough. So now he's stuck with this weirdo. He doesn't know what to do. And eventually they get into a fight. He says, "You know what? Stop bothering me about ghosts. I don't care. You're kind of being a jerk about this." And then he discovers his bracelet is missing. Kind of freaks out about it. And Magari says, "I'll help you find it. Where are you looking for it?" And after they're talking, he says it's a memento from his grandmother. Magari's like, "Well, probably her ghost is still watching." Eugene goes ballistic, says, "You know what? You're a crazy person. Get the hell away from me. I don't want to deal with you ever again." Goes home, realizes I was kind of being an asshole. The guy was trying to help me. I'll apologize tomorrow. Let me go see if I can find the charm. He goes back to the beach, and guess who's there looking all night? That's right. It was Mogari was looking through the water the entire time, all night without sleep, to find this charm because it was important for his new friend. So Eugene realizes he kind of screwed up. They'll be friends. Ends up trying to help him out of the water and gets pulled in by something. Kind of scary, kind of freaking out. Mogari immediately tries to save him, help him out, and turns out that there is a ghost there. A ghost is pulling him into the water to drown him. Unfortunately, Magari can't see ghosts. Another classmate of theirs, this weirdo named Karu Kanzaki, can see ghosts. And he sees this giant ghost attacking this kid. So he goes to help out, pull him out. And the minute he grabs Mogari, Mogari gains the ability to see the ghosts. And we discover the truth that Mogari is an exorcist. An exorcist is just something kind of cool. He eats ghosts. He consumes them. So when he sees the ghost, he's like, "Okay, cool. Here's my tattoo. I'm going to eat you now." And he ends up eating the ghosts. And he ends up cementing a friendship with Eugene by saving his life and revealing that he could see ghosts as long as someone with spiritual energy can hold them. He also brings up the fact that as he was saving him, there was a lady cheering on an old lady ghost, who obviously was Eugene's grandmother. And with this in mind, these two crazy people end up starting a club in school because now Eugene is not a believer in ghosts, but he's going to help his insane friend out, do what he wants to do, which is he's going to create a club called Phantom Busters. Not at all a ripoff of Ghostbusters, it's an homage. And they decide they're going to get some club members because they need a couple more, and they're going to start off with Kaoru Kanzaki. And then after that, they're going to get another guy named Kotaro Taman, who his power is he can't see ghosts, he can talk to them. And he can hear them, he knows what they are, and because of that, he can talk really good to ghosts, can't talk to people. And that is the running joke of the series. It's these four crazy people as they try to start a ghost exorcising club slash business in the paranormal genre. And that's what this manga is about. It's literally Kurosaki Corpse Delivery Service if Kurosaki Corpse Delivery Service was run by a bunch of lunatics who all have some weird spiritual power or mental ability. The fact that Kaoru, he can see ghosts, he doesn't want to see ghosts. He just wants to be a manga nerd who's obsessed with slam dunk. And then you have Eugene, who is the brains of the operation. He is able to memorize things quick. And if he's interested, he'll memorize anything. And then you've got, of course, Mogaro is obviously their powerhouse. He's the one that has this ability. There's also a subplot involving his family who may or may not be ghost assassins. We don't know what the deal is. We got to find out. But this series is crazy. It's weird. It's insane. And more importantly, it's a lot of fun. The artwork is pretty, it goes from really funny to very dark. And also the running gag with Kotaro, where Kotaro constantly vomits whenever he tries talking to someone. It's like Stan from South Park with girls, but it's with people. So it is a funny running joke. And you have some other jokes going on that work well, and the designs are great. Especially at one point, someone gets possessed by a ghost. They say, okay, because this is going to be really awkward because this person is possessed by someone of the opposite sex. They look really ugly. Well, we're going to go into ghost vision, so you just see the ghost girl. It's kind of a fun little twist there. And the first volume is a lot of fun. And then you want to read more and you just want to keep going with it. And that's what happened. I ended up reading the whole series. I ended up taking a break for our book club review, which is kind of why this is coming a little late, because focus on this instead of the book club, and I want to finish the book club beforehand because of, well, Otakon is next week. But I digress. So, what did I think about Phantom Busters? Obviously, I enjoyed it, but was it great? Well, after going back and forth, I realized this is really, really, really cool. Read it now. It's got dynamic artwork. You have insanely fun main characters. Each one is different and nuanced, and all the background characters all are, you can remember who each one of them are. And this is a nice twist on the concept of ghost hunters. They're not all powerhouses, but they all have their niche, which works really well. And it works. Also, I love the fact that it's Mogaro eats the ghosts. It's not that he can banish them or make them go away. He literally consumes them. And then you have the other one who he can hear the ghosts, but that's about it. And then you have this engaging subplot involving the fact that Eugene doesn't believe in ghosts. And also you have the backstory of Mogari, who moved out of the mountains, and why he moved out of the mountains, and what's going on with that, and his heritage. And what is the deal with the tattoo on his tongue? So you have all these elements which make a really well-rounded manga that balances humor and horror really well. The only thing that I could see is that eventually the wash, rinse, repeat of the ghost story can potentially happen. So this might get a little repetitive, but the first 3 volumes were great. Tropes are it's a high school club, paranormal investigators, and secret exorcist society trying to take over the world or destroy the world. So yeah, that's what it was. Now, if you've read this and you agree or disagree with me, you can email me, zansparker.com, or leave a comment down below if you enjoyed Phantom Busters or if you thought it was amazing. Let me know. And with that in mind, let's actually get to the manga releases for the week. And we've got some great ones this week because we've got, starting off, we've got Yanare Dark Elf, She Chased Me All the Way from Another World, Volume 5. Wonder Cats, Virgin Knight, I Became the Frontier Lord in a World Ruled by Women, Volume 3. This is the manga. Uncle from Another World, light novel number 13. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, Volume 24. They're Still Being Shaken This Morning, Volume 2. That's Not Love, Volume 2. A Tale of the Secret Saint, light novel number 5. Super Ball Girls Volume 4, Studio Apartment Good Lighting Angel Included Volume 8. This is the final volume of the series. Splatoon Squid Kids Comedy Show Volume 4. The Small Animal-Like Lady is Adored by the Ice Prince Volume 5. This is a light novel. The Shujuin Family Children Volume 6, light novel. Shangri-La Frontier From Trash Game Hunter to God Tier Game Master Volume 23. Seeds of Anxiety Volume 1. Sakamoto Days Assassin's Method, which is a novel. Reincarnated to Game as the Friend's Hero, light novel 7, part 1. Once Upon a Witch's Death, volume 2. On the Job Training, volume 2. Omega Megara, volume 5. My New Life as a Cat, volume 14. Me and Roboco, volume 20. Magic Dr. Rex's Perverted Medical Records, volume 1. Luca the Dragon Vet, volume 1. Loving Moondog, volume 6. Liste Rouge, volume 1. Liar Liar, volume 4. Little Miss Vampire Can't Suck Right, volume 3. Kindred Spirit Kaijin Fugeki, volume 4. JoJo's Bar Adventure Steel Ball Run, part 8. A Witch's Life in Mongol, volume 3. In Another World with My Smartphone, volume 16. Imitation, volume 9. I Kept Pressing the 100 Million Year button and came out on top, volume 8. History of the Kingdom of Orkson, light novel 1. The Heroic Tale of the Villainous Prince, volume 3. This is the final volume of the series. This is the Royal Academy Wingguard by Tokyo Pop, volume 1. The Great Snake's Bride, volume 7. The Girl I Saved on the Train Turned Out to Be My Childhood Friend, volume 11. This is the final volume of this series. Futari Switch, volume 3. Fruits of the Underworld, volume 2. Eternal Secrets, Elden Ring, The Road to the Eld Tree, volume 9. The Devil is a Part-Timer, volume 24. This is the final volume of the entire series. The Demon Sword Master of Excalibur Academy, volume 10. This is the final volume of the light novel. Deep 3, volume 3. Dance of the Vampire Bund, Age of Scarlet Order, volume 18. DN Angel, Omnibus 11. Omnibus 3. The Crow's Ballad at Dawn. Chain Soldier, volume 14. The All-in-One Castle in the Sky light manga. The Case Files of Jeweler Richard, volume 12. This light novel. Bungo Stray Dogs, light novel 27. The Bubble Love of the Mermaid, volume 1. Black Summoner, volume 8. Beneath the Fur, volume 1. Beatrice L, volume 2. Almark, volume 3. Adachi and Shibamura, volume 7. The 13th Footprint, volume 3. And that is all the manga for this week. So which one are you most excited about? Let me know. Email me, zanspiraken.com, or tweet me at Spiraken. There's some really good ones, some really bad ones. A lot of final series coming out this week. I mean, the Devil's a Part-Timer last volume. I was as surprised as you that this is the last one, but that is what's going on. And for me personally, my top of the week are going to be Beneath the Fur, volume 1. It's a beautiful story that looks a little different. It's pretty much Fox falls in love with a cute little creature. Then you have The Bubble Love of the Mermaid, a retelling of The Little Mermaid. Looks cute. We have Liste Rouge, volume 1. This looks completely insane. It's the story of a young woman who falls in love with a beast creature in a world where all the beast creatures look nightmarish. So kind of Beauty and the Beast on crack. You have Seeds of Anxiety. I've only seen 3 panels of this manga, and it looks completely horrifying. I want to know more. And then Wonder Cats. You know me, I'm a cat fan. So these are my titles for the week. If you agree or disagree, let me know. Email me, zanspiraken.com, or tweet me at Spiraken. Let me know your thoughts. And before we go any further, I'd like to thank each and every one of you who are checking out this show. Every email I get, every new comment, every new subscriber gives you more motivation to keep doing this. So thank you so much. I want to keep going to an old man who reads manga with thick glasses and large print. So keep subscribing, keep telling your friends about it, keep listening, and let me know what you're thinking about it. And with that in mind, also, remember, next week I'm going to be at Otakon 2026 at the Walter E. Washington Convention Center in Washington, D.C. I'm really excited to be there this year. It's been a while since I've been there, and I've got 4 panels. And what panels are we talking about? Because the schedule is up finally, and I know what we have. So, starting off on July 31st in panel room 5 from 10:15 to 11:15, I've got Happily Ever After, Wedded Bliss in Anime and Manga. And then that evening at 11:45 on that Friday, I've got Horror and Anime Manga 2026 in panel room 1 at 11:45. Line up early for that one. On August 1st, that's Saturday, I have at 9 a.m. Fantasy Manga Recommendations for Grown-Ups in panel room 5. And then last and certainly not least, on August 2nd, in panel room 1 at 10:15, I've got Yes, I'm Still Not Old, more main characters over 30. They gave me a lot of morning slots, which is kind of crazy and a little upsetting, but I'm going to make do with what I can. So if you're at Otakon, definitely see me there because I've got some giveaways to give away. First off, we are going to be giving away, I just dropped them, a bunch of the Spiraken listener ribbons. So if you are a Spiraken listener and you do subscribe to the YouTube channel, show me you subscribe, you will get a ribbon. Also, I have a couple of manga defenders, and of course, manga is better than anime. Debate me, ribbons. So definitely come and join in. Anyway, I think that's it for this episode. Am I forgetting anything? Yes, I am. I'm forgetting the most important part of this podcast, the most addictive and my favorite part. And what are we talking about? We are talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. What I've done is I've assigned a manga tile to each of 10 slots. So we're going to spin the wheel. Whatever number it lands on, the manga that's in that spot is the one I'm going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 641. We've got some great titles on here, some weird ones, and we have one which is technically a cop-out, but you know what? I am the podcast lord, so that's the way it's going to be. And also, what spins you're going to review in the next episode, shall we? Number 2, Our Aimless Nights. I've been waiting to review this one for a while. This one looks really cool, really different, and more importantly, it's one which was sent to me by the company, so I will let them know how it is. And that's going to be the one I'm reviewing before Otakon. That one may actually come after Otakon because I'm in prep mode, and honestly, I'm focusing way a lot on the the book review of the month of book review for next week, which is going to be The Count of Monte Cristo. I've been reading that book for several weeks. It's a long book, but it is an awesome book, so stay tuned for that. But anyway, I digress. As usual, I am your host, Zan. I am Gonzville. I'll catch you guys next time, and as always, keep reading manga. I will see you later.